Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce GTX 962GB in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And yeah, by the desktop having like 5 FPS, I am not too confident in this one, guys. This game is extremely VRAM dependent from what we've seen, and the 2 gigs of VRAM in this one aren't really going to cut it, probably, at least at 1080p. But anyways, this is the gaming version of the card from MSI. I'm running it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32 gigs of RAM to avoid any CPU bottlenecks. So I just reminded myself why I don't really test Assassin's Creed games with a 960 and 950 and stuff like that. It's because I've seen the same thing on Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I was actually getting like 40 FPS or 38 FPS right here, and I minimized the game and I got back into it, and now I have 15. The GPU is at 99% usage. The core clock is fine, 1380 megahertz, completely normal. Temperatures are good. VRAM is maxed out, of course. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart the game and see if that helps. Right, so I'm not even gonna attempt to change anything. We're on the low settings preset. You can't really go lower than this. We were getting 40. Okay. Everything is fine now. After a restart, we're getting 20 more FPS. Same GPU utilization, same temperatures on the GPU, same core clock speeds. I don't know, guys. This game is completely broken. Assassin's Creed games have been completely broken for a while. Let's start counting those frames, by the way. Now, it might actually drop into the teens. It probably will once we hit the shore there, because it's extremely demanding. And I've heard other people say that they don't even include Assassin's Creed Valhalla anymore in reviews, performance reviews, you know, because the performance is all over the place, and this is why. But anyways, let's just talk a little bit about these frames that we're getting. I did think that we'd drop from 20 FPS in this area right here. It's one of the most intensive areas that I've come across so far. Haven't really played this game a lot, but the built-in benchmark run in this game is located in England, and that's like the other part or the other map, which is way bigger than this one, that you'll come across. And that is less intensive than this little town right here that you raid early on into the game. So yeah, I prefer to make my benchmarks around here to show you kind of worst case scenario. Come on, oh mate, why? I guess it's the oil. Somebody explained it to me, but how did I get splashed and covered in oil? I don't understand that, you know. Anyways, friends, 31 FPS average there, and that's not too bad, you know. The game's not stuttering, which is good. It's not eating a ton of RAM either, so if you have like 16 or 12 gigs of RAM, it's absolutely fine for this game. And by the CPU utilization, something like an i7 3770 or even an i7 2700 will do absolutely fine with a GTX 960. You don't need anything higher end than that to achieve these frames. Okay, so we are out of the town now, and this is where things become actually playable. We're hovering around 40 FPS. It's okay. It doesn't stutter again, which I am surprised to see that, because we saw a lot of VRAM utilization issues with something like the GTX 1050 Ti, as well as GTX 1650 Super and 1650 with 4 gigs. As soon as I set those settings to high, those GPUs were struggling a lot because of the VRAM, but they seem to somewhat have fixed those issues. I'm happy to see that. Yeah, a 2GB card like the 960 here is actually performing kind of well. 900p, 1600 by 900, 100% resolution scale, same low settings. And yeah, okay, 40s. We're in the 40s now. This is not bad at all if you have a 900p monitor, and if it stays above 30 FPS, and if you don't mind the odd restart here and there because you're getting 15 frames per second, I think it's okay to buy this game with a 960. Just make sure to pick it up on sale. Otherwise, just sell your 960, grab the 60 bucks you'd spend in this game, and grab an RX 570 or 580 or something that's available for a decent price. I don't even know, because nowadays everything's overpriced, kind of. But okay, so I didn't see the FPS dropping from 30 yet. It seems like our percent lows don't really agree with us at 29 there, but it's okay, you know? Look at that. 32. Can I make it drop from here? I don't think so. This is very playable. If you lock the FPS to 30 even, you can have a last-gen console-like experience. And I have to say last-gen console-like experience because the new consoles actually provide 60 FPS. So, yeah, this is, like, I did not expect this. Being completely honest, I still expected a few drops from 30 FPS with the 962 gig at 900p. I am really happy to see that the game doesn't stutter anymore, which was definitely an issue when it came out. And I'm very pleased to see that it's playable on a 2 gig card at 900p. It's like, yeah, I could definitely have fun playing like this, guys. Now, the performance of the 960 is still way far off of the GTX 1050 Ti, and they are actually on par in older titles, so yeah, of course optimization is not really there for older cards, or at least it's not as good as the newer ones, but you know what? I'll take it. With the 960, I guess this is pretty good. Considering that this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, running on a 6-year-old mid-range card, and considering that the game runs like crap even on a 3080 or 3090, at 4K at least, it doesn't really perform as it should. Yeah, I think the little 960 is pulling above its weight a little bit in this one. Yeah, again, I didn't expect this. I am very surprised to see this. 47 FPS right here, outside of town, 50s. And we're now at 1280 by 720 resolution, 100% resolution scale with the same low settings. Okay, so we're back here. Let's start counting those sweet frames, and alright, it doesn't reach 60. I don't think anybody expected the 960 to reach 60 FPS in Valhalla, but it's still gonna give us a smoother experience than 900p. So for someone that doesn't mind to play at 720p even these days, this is fine. It's actually above 40 most of the time, so that is good. Okay, 37. I mean, you could lock it to 40 FPS and you could overclock the card further and get stable 40, I guess. So this is not too bad. This is considerably smoother. Like 40 FPS is way smoother than 35, that's for sure. And everything is on fire now. My boy is on fire as well. I'm gonna help you, buddy. I'm gonna get set on fire in a little bit. Well, not yet. That's great. And let's explode that thing. Yeah, good thing is explosions don't really drop your FPS in this game. So, yeah, at least the explosions are optimized, I guess. And kill this one. Get set on fire, of course. Oh, amazing. I do love fire in this game. Really liked the comments. Oh, come on, buddy. I really liked the comments in the other video that I made with DG Moon. She played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. She was on fire like 50% of the time or more. And she was complaining about that. Why am I on fire and stuff? And the comments were like, you're always on fire in this game. And that's completely true. So we reached 60 FPS here. That is amazing. I guess I will retest a few cards here in Valhalla, especially the low VRAM amount cards, you know, because those were struggling quite a bit when this game launched. So yeah, I should make that happen, I think, now that the game releases have slowed down a little bit and I have a little bit of time to breathe and retest a few games that have been optimized, like this one. Wow. Like, it's reaching 60 way more often than I expected, even after seeing 60 there. So, crazy. This is great. This is another little town, by the way. It's not as intensive as the other one. The other one is only intensive because of that shore area, to be honest. The rest of the town isn't really as intensive. But, yep, you can see it doesn't even drop from like 45 here in this one. And 20% of 24 threads, which is what we have here in the 5900X, is 4.8. So it's not even utilizing 5 entire cores of our CPU. So I really think something like a Ryzen 5 1400 or even the Ryzen 3 1200 with an overclock should be able to play this and max out the 960. It's really interesting how this game has actually become accessible to people with lower end rigs. I really like to see these kinds of optimizations happening. So still not the perfect experience, obviously, but it's definitely very playable. Thank you very much for watching this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.